How's it going, guys? SamuraiRevolution here, and today we have a 2v2 on the Great Lakes. We're playing once again with China, and this match is going to be a little different because it is a post-gameplay commentary. I have not done this in quite a while, and I didn't commentate on this one. I was just talking with my friend throughout the match, kind of on the phone. So I'm deciding to do a post-gameplay one. I haven't done one in a long time anyways, so kind of like to know your thoughts. And some of you guys are going to kind of get mad because I haven't been posting videos with audio on them on Mondays, and like that's on purpose. Those are are my extra videos that I've been waiting to upload for a while. So that's why they're on Mondays. The Friday uploads are like the legit regular ones. Monday ones are kind of like bonus ones. So yeah, that's that. I thought I could kind of explain that a little better because I had some people like, hey, why aren't you speaking in the video? Well, it's because it's like a bonus one, and I just had the footage. And for whatever reason, I didn't have audio with it. Either I deleted it by accident, the audio clip got corrupted, or whatever. Bunch of stuff happens when you're a student and you're having your videos go on multiple things, and it's great. And like sometimes your capture card is weird and like a bunch of stuff. But that's all good. We're gonna jump straight into this match here. Playing with my friend, lesson teacher. I went to school with him, and yeah, we kind of play every once in a while. He doesn't play nearly as much, so he's not the greatest, but he's an awesome friend, and like to play with him. So I was on the phone with him this match, and we were just kind of like chilling out, playing AoE some evening. He's, I think, a corporal or lance corporal or something, and we were playing against, I think, a sergeant, master sergeant, so the teams were kind of on their end a little more. But yeah, we are going to jump into it. It's 2v2 with China. Really been enjoying China. At the moment of this commentary, I've put out the first China video. The second one is going to come up this upcoming Friday. And I've loved them so far. They've been great. It's been a lot of getting used to for sure. They are not very foundational in the sense of being similar to other civilizations. But it does play to their advantage and disadvantage. So just kind of like with anything in this game, there's always pros and cons. Unless you're the French, then everything's a pro. But yeah, so what I kind of did with this one is, since he is Japan, he loves going Ashi Musks, and he has not played in a long time. So I was like, yeah, totally go for the Musketeers and make it easy on yourself. And then I'm going to focus on, I believe it's called the Standard Army, where you get the bows and the cavalry for some food and some coin. And then that lets me focus on those two units, which are all anti-infantry. And he can keep the anti-cav. And that just gives me a really good base to go off of. So that was kind of the idea in this match. And we're going to see how it works out here. I think it worked pretty efficiently. Here's my deck right now. And we're going to toss out the immigrant card. I think it's called the immigrant card or something like that first. Which is really awesome. I really enjoy the difference in that they have the not set number of villagers. But at the same time, it can be a little difficult. Because you have to get the 2 villages up in order to get 3 villagers in the very beginning of the game. So it is situational, but late game, it's amazing. I'm going to do a treaty match with China soon. I've done it before with them. And I'm just going to let you guys know, China late game is unreal because of the boom that they have age 4. This is the boom that they have, and I might do it in a 1v1 or 2v2 or something, but basically they get 30 villagers within seconds, or I guess minutes is a little better description. But once you go to age 4, if you age up with the wonder that has the villagers, it's the one with the transcendence ability. You get 10 villagers from the age up, and then you can send in your villager cards from age 3 and age 4. And if you send both of those in, if you have max villages and another town center, you get like 10 more or 9 more villagers. So you get around 28 to 30 villagers, depending on how you're doing. And it's insane. Your eco explodes. Like, think of a 30 villager boost, and within 2 minutes, that's if you save your shipment, of course. And you can know, I'd love to do that. I would always do it with the Japanese because they have the 2 7 times villager card age 3, which is amazing. One of my favorite cards in the game. So yeah, it's a Temple of Heaven that receives that bonus with the villagers. But yeah, so that is awesome. I'm just thinking right now, I wonder what would happen if you use that wonder to go to age 2. You could get the 3 villagers and then save that shipment for something else. Just a thought. I don't know, that'd be interesting. Just a thought. Instead of sending in your immigrant card first, you could kind of save that shipment. I don't know. That's an interesting thought. Let me know what you guys think of that. But yeah, anyways, we're focused on the age up here. Kind of taking my time. I'm going for a very steady age up as I normally do. I don't really like to rush things too much. And yeah, he's getting the Tokugawa Shrine out over there. And Germans are all up there. And another great thing with China, so this is kind of good because I get to kind of talk over China before I do my nation review. This is kind of like a mid-series review. My overall thoughts right now on how China's doing. The villages are great. Like, some people probably dislike them because they're different in how you have to have 200 wood, and you can only have so many of them in comparison to houses. But they garrison villagers, which is amazing. So you basically get a free outpost kind of thing. Obviously, it doesn't attack, but as a good rally point. Speaking of rally points, it receives shipments if you need it to, so you can use it as a forward barracks or like next to your forward barracks as a forward base kind of thing, if you like to rush from that sense. And China has great age 2 shipments for units, which we will use in this game. And you could take really good advantage of that by using the villages. But the third thing is that they can use the animals, and they fatten them up real nice for you. You're not paying any attention to it. Like, you just get some sheep collected around the map, or some llamas, or some oxen, or whatever map you're on. If they have some animals, you can just toss them on there, and boom, you just have, like, massive food upgrade. Essentially by accident. Like, you don't even really need to worry about it. And you're all ready to go. So as you can see here, we got a lot of food. I'm sending in the 7 cavalry card there first. The Steppe are amazing. I love that card. It's just super overwhelming age 2 to have 7 cavalry on your butt. And that's what I like. So it's a really fun card to use. And as you can see there, we're setting the wonder to the standard army. But yeah, so far so good. We're just going to be pretty solid this match. The other thing I was going to touch on is, whatchamacallit, the disciples. So I haven't used those yet. I have a future video where the disciples will be used. And they are pretty good. Age 2, I highly recommend them. I kind of been avoiding them at the beginning of a lot of these China games. But they're very good at taking out archers and such. So you essentially don't really need to have cavalry as a unit focus age 2. Like, you have the 7 cav card there that you send in. And then you can have your Summer Palace on the production of the standard armory, so you get some cav from that as well. And then if you really need any more anti-infantry, just make some disciples. You can make up to 5, and they do a great job. They only cost food, so they're super efficient unit-wise. And yeah, I would just really recommend them. Great overall. I'm going to try to use them a little bit more in the future. But yeah, we're going to toss out more units next. I'm going all-out units on this one. And we're just going to get a very solid age 2 army and kind of going from there. So far so good. It looks like I'm actually focusing on the Han army. I don't recall that. I recorded this game like a week ago. It can't be that lacking. Maybe I am. I think I go for a standard army. I don't know. Anyways, just doing some cav raids. He's got some raids there. Just gotta keep moving around the map. Find those hunts. It's kind of OP, honestly. That you can see that the like the animals are down. That's pretty OP. Excuse me. Maybe in a future Age of Empires they won't have to worry about that by not having that. But yeah, we're tossing out. It does look like I'm gonna go with the standard army. And yes, right here, big moment in the game. The yellow guy, I'm pretty sure, was distracted with his cavalry. And we are going to take out some settler wagons. And if you guys play with Germany, you know how ridiculous that is to get those taken out early on in the game. They're such a vital part of your strategy, and to take all 3 of them out there, and boom, we are out of there just like that. Tosses at the Minutemen, but it's way too late. I was just managing to get the guys that I could get there, and then pop back out. And right now, you can see our eco is doing great. We have a great amount of numbers in our army. And yeah, overall solid right now. Feeling good. Steppe and the Chuko Nu looking good together with some pikes in the back there. And we still have our Cav 100% health, basically, going around the back. So I'm going to try to keep doing some raids. And right now, basically, all I'm doing is buying time for my teammate. I know Lesson Teacher takes some time to get going, but once he's going, he does well. But he does take some time to get going. And right now, I see the Dutch trying to turtle in and get some banks up. So that was concerning me. I was like, you know what? We're going to go with all units here. And we're going to toss out another unit shipment. So we're going to get that out next. Because we have plenty of guys on wood. And as you can see, he's got the skirms there. So I'm like, all right, I got to get something going here. Maybe like an age 3 attack to get some hand mortars to get in those walls. But I'm feeling comfortable with my army. Defense-wise, not worried about it. Just try and get that population up so we can continue village production and military production. And the food's looking great, so that's all good there. But yeah, we're going to toss that out. Yeah, I think go for consulate. Yeah, I do here. Next army in queue, and we're looking great overall. Have a ton of guys. 9-minute mark. And yeah, we were just looking pretty solid. And not having to worry about any raids, really, because we have so many pikes as well. Look how many crossbows we got. So many. And right there, already preparing to get some artillery. And I'm going to try to get some more raids in here. I don't remember how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But pretty comfortable right now. One of my other favorite things with China is the artillery. Now, I understand they don't have any regular cannons like India, but their strengths in the hand mortars are awesome. The only problem I have with the hand mortars is that they attack everything, so they easily get distracted from what you're trying to focus them on. So they'll often shoot the closest unit, which you don't really want them to do. So, for example, someone has cannons in the back, and you're trying to focus fire on those cannons. Sometimes the hand mortar's like, nope, there's a cav unit 3 feet to my right. I'm going to just shoot at that instead. And then, boom, their cannons shoot at you, and you're like, what? I thought told you to focus on them, all that stuff. But it's all right. It's all good in the end. You just got to do a lot of microing with them. Speaking of micro, I think I'm trying to go for another raid here. Yeah. Just feeling super comfy right now with the army. And then coin's going great. I think I toss out in our village, yeah. Just getting all that population up. Because you go through population so quick. With the standard army, I feel like, because of the cav. That's probably why. But yeah, wood production is looking awesome too. So we're just trying to get a couple more kills here. And I noticed that he had Minutemen, which I knew were a little damaged, but unfortunately he tossed some dops out, and I was like, I'm not dealing with those. And I think at this point, so I'm telling them, like, are you ready to go attack? I got this army here ready to go. And I think he is going to send his musketeers around. We're going to go for our first big push. Yeah, get some walls out too. I haven't really used the Great Wall of China card. I feel like that's a card that you should send in once you have most of your walls up, because of the fact that your build time is going to be decreased significantly. That's just personal thought. I haven't used it, so I don't know how significantly slower your walls are built. I know in game it's like 200%, so it's probably a pretty big difference in time. But I don't know how manageable that is and how it feels. So that's just kind of personal experience so far. I do need to try that card out a little bit more. Yeah, he's getting some more raids in. He's getting unfortunate. I saw that he had that animal down, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get some more hits. So these cav right now have easily been worth their price. Have probably gotten, what, around, like, 10 Villi kills, including the Doppels. I mean, not the Doppels, Settler Wagons. I saw Doppels there, so I was thinking Doppels. But yes, here come the musketeers. We're coming down for the first stack, and meanwhile we are aging up, so that's just perfect. As soon as you're getting that attack in during the age up, you are so good. Look at our eco score, much better than either of our opponents, and lesson teachers is also pretty good as well. Sitting in with Japan and getting those shrines boosted, it's just so good. Like it's so good and so easy to do. So yeah, he's probably enjoying that right now. But we're going for the big round flank. I have so many guys that I can't click and drag them all at once. So that's when you're ready to go once you got that many guys. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. See what damage we could do here. But so far we have been able to cause some chaos with the cavalry. And boom, economically, and just been pretty stable so far. I think China is pretty good. Late age 2, I think they suffer age 3 a little bit. It's kind of awkward with them age 3, but once they hit age 4, that's big time just when they take off. So here we are, gonna group everyone together here and just go in for it. Kind of waiting for them to come up though. But yeah, I think late age 2 very solid, and then age 3 a little awkward, age 4 super solid, age 5 super solid, especially with that 220 pop. Cannot really go wrong with that late game. That 20 population is great. And what's really great about it is that you can send in the count select guys without an issue. Like some of those guys take up around 30 pop with the cannons and such, and you can send that in and it doesn't really affect anything. Like your army's cruising, feeling good. So yes, that is a great thing to have with China. And right here, we're breaking through those walls and immediately just storming in, getting everyone in there, trying to take out those skirmishers. And just, yeah, the army's feeling great right now. All 3 units, we got Cav, we got Pikes, and we got Expos. So, like, that's all you need. Age 2 is a great, solid, mixed-up army. And, of course, we got the Musketeers there as well. So I'm just going to go all in with this. And press green to the water. Make his back turn around. And I don't remember what card I send in next. I think I'll wait for the age up. But yeah, while you attack, just try to get those walls up, get some defenses. So if for some reason you do get countered, you're not caught too hard in the counterattack. I think I sent 1,000 wood. Yeah, we're gonna send 1,000 wood. I think we'll get a town center and such. But here we are. He's got all his guys right here. And yellow right now is struggling to respawn and help his teammate out. That's one thing about this map in particular. It is hard to respond to your teammate if you're getting attacked because you're literally on the opposite side of the world. With the water being there, you can't have like a first base in the middle. You gotta choose a side. So if you get attacked first and you were not prepared, it can really damage you, as you can see in this game. So the walls are gonna go down, and we're gonna press those skirms, try to take out what we can here, and then yellow is gonna come in with some backup here. Looks like he's got Dops. And boom. Green says, screw it. We're going on the water. So I was like, man, we're not dealing with that at all right now. I'm backing out. So he has that right there. And I think we're going to take down town center. And go on from that. But yeah, we got a bunch of units here. And everyone just standing around, which is not good. You don't want guys standing around. Just kind of get all this sorted. We just have so many villagers. And what I was thinking at this point, I'm like, all right, he's got water. We got to make sure we don't get just dropped off on here next to our shoreline. So we're going to fortify that. And that's what we're going to do here. Get some fortifications up. I'm just doing a lot of microwing at this point. But try and take down town center in the meantime as well. Which we do. And then they have all skirms. I'm like, that's not worth it. We have a bunch of guys. We're going to save all these guys. So yeah, I pulled out of the battle, which I think I do a better job of. When I was more of a younger player, I would really dislike pulling out of battles. Like, I would always just keep my guys there and have them fight till the end. But having a tactical retreat is tactical, and there's a reason that they have that term in, like, a military terminology, to save your guys and just wait for a better opportunity. There's no point in wasting the resources that you have when you know you're going to lose them. At least try to save what you can. And, like, there's a difference if you are going to lose them, then have them go out fighting. Don't have them retreat out and get slaughtered. But if you can possibly save them, get them out of there. So that was the decision there. And as you can see, we have all these guys still. Probably would have had, maybe could have won that battle, but it would have been very atrocious in terms of casualties. So we're just going to move on here. And we're getting that second town center up. He's going to press yellow. I'm like, you know what? Let's go around and help him. Maybe put some pressure on the north side. And see what we can find here. I saw some deer down. So I want to touch on that a little bit. But Porcelain Tower, I want to touch on that. Great, great wonder. Some person commented and was like, if I could have $1 for every time he said a wonder was underrated, well, you get another $1 because this wonder is underrated. You basically get a factory like age 1 or age 2, whatever you want. Age 2 or age 3, I mean, whatever you want. And you know I want that factory, so yeah, I almost always toss that out age 2. Or age 3, I mean. And speaking of, look at this, man. We got some villagers out of the coin mine. Like, what kind of micro is that? I don't understand. Very confused there with the tactics. And as you can see, bam, we're going age 4. All pressing with the age 2 army still. I'm feeling really good, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just keep going into yellow here. And I see that his guys are all gone. So I thought about it for a second. Let's see if we can stand toe-to-toe with these war wagons. And they were just too much. Like, look at that. They're getting multiple volleys off. And the war wagons are fine. So in the end, I pull out again. I think it's better to save the guys. And just regroup and go for another day. So that's what we decided to do again. Last time worked well. Got a bunch of kills with those guys that we saved on those villagers that you just saw. And yeah, we're just going to pick it off what we can there with the war wagons. Trying to keep my pikes. But overall, pull back out and recycle the army. Continue to work on the walls so that if we do, for some reason, get attacked, we don't have to worry about it. Speaking of getting attacked, there he is. I was like, all right, at this point, we got to get some hand mortars to respond to any naval threats. Because mortars do an amazing job for ships, and the hand mortars are amazing because they're good versus basically any building or ship or artillery. So yeah, that's the logic there. So we pull out, save the army. He's got his daimyo back there, as you can see. So I'm just kind of going around seeing what kills I can get with what I got while my eco is exploding. As you can see, the scores. Green is doing decent, considering he did get his butt kicked and he's age 2. That's probably because of the banks. I think he ends up building a bunch of banks on the island in the middle of the map. So we'll see that in a little bit. But he is currently kind of thriving on that. And he's probably trying to get some water, a little water boom in as well on this map, which you can do with the food. Just can't rely on that coin, really. But right now, China doing great. As I said, going from age 3, age 4. Once you get into age 4, they're doing solid. Age 3, I looked really good here. Just because the transition was easy and I didn't really have to spend money on units. But I don't think China is... I don't know. This is something I want to know too. I don't think the age 3 units for China are that amazing. They start with the A, like the skirmishers and the sword dudes. They're decent. But I think it's better to go age 4 and get the Old Han Army card and get your pikes and crossbows upgraded. I think that's a better decision. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I think it's because they cost wood that I enjoy them more. So until it's late game, it's a lot better of a unit to use instead of getting that coin, because coin's pretty limited until you get it on the rice paddies. But that's just personal thoughts. It's also nice because the hand mortars cost food and wood, so you kind of just focus on those resources specifically. But at the same time, I was using a coin army earlier in the game, so I don't have much room to talk. But yeah, just kind of messing around right here. I realize I'm really losing a lot of guys, so I think I pull out again. Yeah, we're going to kind of back out. But it's getting a little laggy, trying to get some more microing in. And try to just get these rice paddies out so we can press on. But at the same time, we do have a lot of natural resources still. There's some coin mines around there. And lots of like animal food instead of the rice paddies. So I'm like, you know what? Eco's good. Natural resources are good. let's really boom this army out and just finish these guys. We got them like closing very nicely. We're age 4. Let's just do it. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to focus on getting these war academies out, which is nice. You get the barracks and stable combo. And press in for this final finishing assault. So yeah, just kind of focusing in here. And I realize I don't think I really use the Council at this game. Oh, speaking of, am I gonna send it in? Did I send it? I did send it. Yeah, I'm gonna side with Russia because the factory is amazing, and the fort honestly is amazing. You get a fort and a factory without having any cards. Like, what? No one ever talks about that for China. But you get a fort and a factory with no cards. Like, think about that for a second. Those are 2 of the better cards you can have in your deck. You don't even need them at all. You don't even need a single card. You get 2 free cards, basically. But, personally, I like sending in that 300 export, and the makes it a little cheaper, because it makes it way easier to get those kind of upgrades. But, yeah, that's just an awesome thing to have. Super underrated for China right there. And also the German Banner Army one is good with the trickles, and the British one's great because of the hit points. So they're all really awesome in the end. So yeah, just kind of booming right now. Not really too worried, just getting comfortable. I'm really going to start pressing out the army here in a minute, though. Yeah, that's a territorial army. They're pretty good. Yeah, the thing is just it does cost coin, and you don't really realize how quickly you go through that coin once you have to train it. With how much population you have, because you just keep going and going, and you're like, when is my army gonna stop? And you finally get the 220 population. You're like, man, like that is nuts. Also, China's Cav is amazing. I haven't used it recently, though. To extreme extent. I will use it in this match. But overall, they are very good cavalry to have, too. Something that's pretty underrated. So kind of just getting everyone rounded up. We're going to get some upgrades as well. But I'm really focused right now on just pounding green, isolating him to the water, and then we're going to choke out yellow. And then get a navy if we need to. They do have the ships that suicide into you. They're like kamikaze ships. I don't know what, like, suicide ships. I don't know what the term is for them. But we are gonna send Old Han Reforms, which everyone's like, use that card. Oh, we don't even send it in. But let's talk about it for a second. Everyone's talking about Old Han Reforms. Dude, what a card! You send in 1,000 food, which is super easy to get age 4. Basically nothing. And your units upgraded by 100%, and then I think it's 100% for something, and then 50% for something. I think it's 100% for attack, 50% hit points, maybe. I'll have to go back and check. I'll double check in the review. But anyways, dude, your crossbows and pikes are amazing at that point. Super cost effective. You can send in your whatchamacallit, the Germany consulate. You can side with them, and then they're cheaper, so it evens out the cost pretty much. Oh, I think it's 100%. Oh, wait, this was. It's 100% improvement for the units, so they double in strength, but at the same time, you have to pay 50% more. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And that's cost effective right there. That is awesome. You guys can get Imperial, these units, and then on top of it, get 100% bonus. That's like getting 2 Imperial upgrades. And I understand they are crossbows and pikes, so they're not going to be quite as strong as the skirms and the sword infantry out of the gate. But after having that, I'm pretty sure they're better than those guys. From personal experience, they've done great. As you will see in the 4v4 match on, it might be a 3v3 actually, on, no, I think it's a 4v4, yeah. On the Ozarks, when we're with China. Dude, so good. So right now, starting that assault, using that hand mortar range and just kind of abusing them a little bit. Setting everything up back here. I saw Lesson Teacher was getting pressed in the north. He lost a lot of guys, so I'm like, you know what, we got to respond a little press here. And green recently went H3, so I didn't want to be too comfortable going H4 and catching up to us. I want to kind of keep that advantage. So we're going to press in here. Handmores are going to do their thing. Going to start pressing on that bank. And right now I'm waiting for some attack of some kind to come in from any direction. And also just getting those upgrades while we can. And I think we get both of those upgrades too. Yes, we do. Looking great. Got some cav out here too. So we have a great mix of an army. And that's one thing with China, man. It's called a fire junk. That's what it's called. But that's the thing with China is you can just get great army mixes, which sometimes you just don't really realize that you don't have a good mix when you're within our nation until someone just comes in with a counter too late. That's not the case with China. You are set when it comes to having a very dynamic army. I'm just trying to get these coastal defenses up the best way possible. So I think I just build one out there, yeah. And kind of just set that up. But not too worried about any naval attack. Just wanted to be double sure of it. And right now, I just want to talk about the hand wars. I really want to focus on that bank, but they're kind of just going off doing their own thing. Which is unfortunate, but it's not too big of a deal. We're not going to suffer too much from it in this match. But yeah, here we go. This is going to be like the big final press right now. Look at our army. We are age 4. Got most of the upgrades. Got some artillery in there, cav in there, pikes in there, bows in there, skirms, and sword infantry. And then boom, old Han reforms are coming in. And I'm like, all right, while that comes in, let's get these guys sent in at a discounted price. So all those units are going to be trained as much as we can. We're at like over 200 pop at this point. Just doing great. I don't even think I use the consulate to get Russia yet, because we're just cruising. I'm like, we're doing so great, I don't even need a factory. Like, I don't even think about it. Which is a bummer, because like the consulate's great, and I often forget about its advantage. Because it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like a handicap. It's so good of a bonus to have. But yeah, so that's all going out there. And we're all good with the assault so far. So right now I'm thinking, all right, we haven't had any resistance up to this point. They know I'm all here. And then boom, Lesson Teacher has the 50 musketeers on the side. And I'm like, this is it. They're going down. The final assault is here. I see some hussars. I'm like, dude, let's just go in for it. I know they're going to try to flank me around. But I have some pikes down south here, as you can see. So I'm like, all right, let's just go do it. See what happens. I have such a blob of people that there's no way that they're going to get to me unless they have superior numbers and or like all cannons at this point. And which they could have, to be fair, because they are the Dutch. And sometimes you play a player who is the Dutch and it's like, you know what? I have all this coin. Let's make 40 cannons. But that's not going to be the case. We're going to engage with a bunch of skirmishers and cavalry. He's going to try to come around the side there. And I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. We're going to be a little ignorant here and just plow. I'm not worried about the hand wars at this point. I'm not going to have everyone go back there. I'm going to have, like, pretty sure, like, half my army go back there, but not everyone. Going to have the air half engaged there. And then, you know what happens? So, like, he's coming around, right? He's like, all right, I got them flanked. I'm going to get these cannons out of the way. He's like, I got this guy. But you know what he forgets about? The musketeers. And it's going to be an amazing flank by Lesson Teacher. He's going to come in through the side, completely outmaneuvering every single skirmisher that they have there. And they're just going to get racked out of nowhere. They're going to have no idea. So you don't really see it right now because I'm microing so much. But as we zoom in here, the cav is under attack. We're going to zoom up and boom, all of the musketeers are there. And he just doesn't know what to do. And this is going to be it, guys. This is going to be their last stand, basically. This is the meat of the nations. The musketeers just come in so clutch for us. And we're able to stand those lines firm. And then just continue to produce guys there. I know we're out of food, but it doesn't even matter at this point. So look at that. We have pressed through. We have all those guys ready to go. The musketeers just get right into the mix. They're fighting all those skirmishers. They just stand right in there. And at this point, guys, you're not going to stop China. Like, we have 220 population, age 4. They're not age 3. I mean, they are still age 3 and not age 4. Green understands it. Green's out. And yellow is going to lose his last guys. And he resigns. And that is going to be the game. Very solid match overall. As you can see, he had a couple banks there and some outposts. But it's really interesting if you look at it, because at the top of the map, all of green's stuff is inside yellow's base. But at the same time, they took the final stand down at green's base. So I'm not sure what the logic was there. I kind of would have waited to attack. If I was them, I would have let them have my base, because I wouldn't have been ready. I would have maybe gotten some cannons and such before they attacked, engaging with my army. But that's just me. And overall, it was a pretty solid match. I know you guys are going to enjoy that. But yeah, there's another match with China, 2v2. And we're cruising with them. Some pretty good success with them so far. And we're just going to keep going on with them. I got some funky matches up with them next. I believe I'm going to do the Boxer Rebellion Disciple Rush. That's going to be the future video. And some of you guys are going to think that's so funny. But yes, that is going to be the end of this game. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I will see you guys later.